Hey friends, welcome back to Minimalist. My name is Becky Truda, and on my channel I talk about decluttering and minimizing and living your best life. So today's video is 5 things that I have decluttered over the past couple years that has really helped me to enjoy Christmas mostly a lot more, and just holidays in general. I'm gonna walk you through the decor that is in my house that we enjoy every year, and then I'm gonna just talk about a few ideas that I have. So if that sounds good to you, remember to hit that subscribe button, and my next video will be coming out next week.
81% of people find Christmas stressful.
All right, so the first thing that I decided to change when I started becoming more minimalist is just stop worrying so much about sentimental items and making sure they're not getting broken. I think a lot of my focus when I was keeping my sentimental items I maybe got from my grandparents or from when I was little up high, away from my daughter and away from other people being able to touch and look at, is because I put so much value in the actual item instead of value in the people that gave it to me, and the love I have for those people I put into the object. So while you are thinking about minimizing, thinking about decluttering, a big thing to remember is just that items are only items, and we cannot put our whole sentimental value into that item because you never know what's gonna happen to it. There could be a fire, or it could just break. And instead of hoarding those things and keeping them up high, what I did is just, I've talked to Carrie Ann a lot about how she handles these items, how can she be careful with them, and then I let her enjoy them, because at the same time, these items behind me, like these sweet little items that my grandparents have given to me, and they were my grandparents. I was talking to my grandma not too long ago, and she was talking about the whole display she's given me up there that I just showed you, and she was telling me that it's her grandparents and that she remembers playing with it as a child. And so obviously it is one of those things that, yes, it's very sentimental to me because it's so many generations old and it has a lot of value, but at the same time, she was able to play with it. She has the memories of playing with it, enjoying it. And so I want to give that to my daughter, and I don't want to take that away. Even though it is old and delicate, I want her to be able to build her own memories with those items. And so I just want to make sure that things are out and accessible. And yes, of course, I want her to take care of them so that she can have them when she gets older. But at the same time, it's just an object. So maybe she'll grow up and she won't want it anyway. So just remember that your value is in the people, it's not in the objects you have around you.
A second way to de-stress over the holidays is by making things instead of buying. There are so many good ideas if you go onto Pinterest, from making ornaments for your tree or wreaths for the door using paper and cardboard. There are numerous things that you can do that are free or cheap, and it's just one less thing for you to go buy.
Focusing less on things that you have bought and more on things that you can make. Like my sister made this for us last year, so that's sentimental now, and it's just special that she spent all that time making it for us and thinking about us while she was making it. And I think that holds a lot more value than anything that you can buy from a store.
47% of people are getting in debt this Christmas.
All right, number 3, a way you can kind of de-stress around the holidays is buy a smaller tree. So ever since my daughter has been small, we've been buying little trees, and this tree is probably about maybe like 3.5 feet tall, something around there, maybe 3 feet tall. And it's great. We actually got it at Wegmans, and it was like $27, and so it was right in our price range that we wanted to spend. And I mean, there's lots of different things you could do. I was actually thinking about just using one of my plants. Like over here, I've put a little wreath that my daughter made last year in this plant, and it's cute. So, you know, using things that you already have or just buying generally smaller, it makes it so that we can only keep so many ornaments. So between the ones that we make and the ones that are special to us from when we were younger, they have to fit on this little tree. And it just means that we don't need to go out and buy more. It's obviously well decorated and it looks great, but it just gives us less of a need to go buy more things to decorate the tree. I used to have a tree in every room, and so something else that used to bring me a lot of stress over the holidays was just making sure that I had all my garlands out, and I used to have just tons of fake garland everywhere, which one, they got old and they would just shed everywhere. And so it was constantly having to keep up with vacuuming them. And even though I think they did look pretty, I think if I was to ever get a garland again and enjoy it, I would try to get something that was real and just make something myself. I really just enjoy garland because I like the smell. I enjoy the smell of live trees, and that's why we keep up with getting one real one. It's just one of my favorite smells. So if I was to ever do it again, I would go with something that was real, something that I could make myself. And luckily we live around so many parks, and we have a bunch of like pine trees around us. I don't think it would be impossible. Number 5 is just less big pieces we put outside. Around Halloween, I put out a few pieces my husband made out of wood, and it was really cute. It's like a pumpkin and 2 ghosts. But around Christmas, we don't really have anything that we put out that's big, and it's kind of nice. It's less space that we have to keep in our attic, keep it stored. And so what we do is we do lights around our trees. We have one small tree outside, and then we'll put some lights on the railings. But it keeps it like happy and bright, and you know, you drive by it and you go, oh, that's pretty, but it's not like blaring, and it's not something that then I have to store, which I think is the other big thing. I hate having to store. My goal this year is we have 2 like big Tupperware boxes that we keep our stuff in, and this year I want to get down to 1. When you have less things out, you really take in what you have and you know how special it is. And so we have gotten down to where we probably can only have 1 box. And so I really feel like you walk into our living room and you can feel the love for all the little pieces we have. Thank you guys so much for joining my channel. I hope this has kind of helped. I hope this season of giving and receiving and loving one another is awesome for you, and that you can really enjoy it because you're not stressed out about everything that you have around your house. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you again next week.